There a send that him attack truth and know. Teach more reparation for your fit go. Rasta from Chicago, him light the way. Up with yourself, stay positive every day. For us said that we hear him on the screen, talking about the history, what they never seen. From the land of Zion to the street when Jah spreading Jah love and giving praise to Jah. Pharaoh said that me hear on the screen, talking about the history, what they never seen. From the land of Zion to the streets when Jah spreading Jah love and giving praise to Jah.
All right. You know what it is already. As Choke No Joke say, you know what it is. All right. Come on in. Rep your city. As we have another very interesting conversation. As you know already or should know, I am representing Chi-Town, aka Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Kick. Kick, I'll be over there in a minute, going direct live from Kick. So you all need to go and join my Kick network. It's going to kick off real soon. Shout out to everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube, and everyone on both of my Facebook accounts. I am representing Chi-Town. You know what it is. We got Greensboro in the building. We got San Jose in the building. We got Buffalo in the house. Rep your city. I might do an all-nighter tonight. Exactly. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. Oh. So we got an interesting one tonight. Visions and dreams. Visions and dreams. If you have children, especially little ones, you are going to have to deal with them sometime coming into your bedroom at night because they had a bad dream. Now, adults, put a sliding latch on your bedroom door. The little cheap ones. And don't use the door handle lock because in case of emergencies, you're in the room, the kids wake up, mommy and daddy not responding. Somebody might got to kick the door open. You might be having a medical emergency. Just put a small when you're inside the bedroom, you can slide across with the little bitty screws, right? So the kids can't bust in on mommy and daddy. And you know what I mean. So you want to have a latch on the door so the children cannot bust in on mommy and daddy. Tonight we're going to talk about visions and dreams. And this is my theory, so this is not written in stone. So I always like to make that clear when I'm talking facts. And when I'm teaching my own personal concept. This is my own personal concept. Also, make sure you subscribe to Vegan Intel. There's a lot of information over there that you absolutely need to be aware of. So make sure you subscribe to Vegan Intel here on YouTube. I will be over there tomorrow. Got a new playlist over there. I'll be updating vitamins and minerals. That's going to be great. I haven't been live over there for a while, but I have been posting information. So make sure you go subscribe to Vegan Intel on YouTube at Vegan Intel. So how you all been doing? Has everything been going good? We got Miami in the building. Come on in, come on in. We got 29 people. Gonna be a long night. I just woke up. I just woke up around 7. I just woke up around 7:30 tonight. I don't be sleeping for hours, up working on business. So I'm obviously going to be up tonight, maybe. We left off yesterday or the night before tonight. I don't know what you would call that. I was talking about the Jay-Z album. I did order either 22 or 26. I'm not sure how many I ordered. I got to wait until the payments actually go through my bank. I think 22, but I might have ordered 26 because it was kicking out my order. And then I reordered, but I think one of the orders that kicked out, I didn't actually kick out. So I got either 26 copies coming or 22 copies coming. It's a double album, right? So I did do that after I logged off last night, like I told those of you that watched last night. I told you I was going to go grab those collector's items. I would advise you to grab it. That's on you. We got Inno in the building. Yeah, they had a limited purchase of 4. And so I kept ordering 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. They didn't have a limit on how many times you could order 4 though. And so I ordered 4 and then 4 and then 4 and then 4, like that. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yes, I just ordered a bunch of 4. Yeah. As the OJs would say, for the love of money. And I got to get the bag. As Rick Ross would say, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. Classic song. I give it to him even though I don't like him, but he's cold though. So yeah, I ordered a bunch of 4. So that's why I'm not sure how many comments because some of them didn't go through. I had to refresh and do it. And then I think it went through. One made it went through that I didn't know went through. I don't know. I spent like a grand, somewhere a grand, 100 grand, somewhere over a grand, I think. I gotta wait till it all clears from my bank account. Pittsburgh is in the building. Salute, salute. Yeah, so when you go, you can order 4, then you gotta wait, order 4. Get as many as you want to get. So I ordered 4 a bunch of times. So I'm not sure. I got either 22 copies coming or 26 copies coming. Oh, Ted Keith passed away. I didn't even know that. Yeah, R.I.P. to Ted Keith. I haven't seen the news today. I just woke up about 7. I worked till this morning, so a lot of times, yeah, I've been up working since all day yesterday till early this morning. How old was he? How old was he? He was born. He was born in 1996. He was born in 1996. 96, 2006, 2006. So what is he, 30 years old? Oh, 29. He passed away at 29. Come on, man. See what I'm saying? What do I think about the Obama Center celebration? Oh, I love it. I love it. Things like that boost your economy, which is over a lot of people's head, loveliness. So, you know what I'm saying? But to those of y'all out there that really wise like that, yeah, that boosts the economy, that brings money to the state. We make a lot of money in the state because people go to see Abraham Lincoln's spot. People go to see Hillary Clinton's spot. And now people will be coming to Chicago to see where Barack Obama lived. And so, yeah, that's good money. They really can't tear down O Block because it's a national monument or something like that because Michelle Obama was born there. So, because Michelle Obama was born in O Block, it's under some type of special label. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm not going to check it out till winter, you know, when summer vacation is over and everybody's not traveling that much. And right after Thanksgiving, I'll go because people are going to travel for Thanksgiving. And ain't nobody going to be traveling between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'll go like the first week of December. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll go like the first week of December. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. I need to holler at him because I filmed that election he won that in 2008, and so I need to holler at Michelle and Barack anyway, and sell them that footage. They can have it and do what they want to do with it. Get a little biggie, get a little bag, help them out, and get a little bag. 'Cause I filmed that. Yeah, that'd be cool. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen Raising Canaan yet. Probably this next week. I gotta go binge watch. I gotta find out where I stopped. I gotta find out where I stopped watching that and binge watch because my grandson was over here binge watching it, so I didn't get to watch whatever I didn't watch because he watched it from the beginning. He thought it was the greatest thing he ever seen in his life. So my grandson binge watched it up so far. He watched a lot of seasons too. He was amazed. He couldn't believe it. But he a little boy, so there's grandpa was putting him up on some grown folk stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna binge watch it. I think yeah, that's probably my favorite program. I should have got a job with the one in Chicago. I could have helped them with that one, with Tommy and them. I should have got that. I should have went and got that job, but I'd be so busy. I can't do everything. But tonight I got a very interesting conversation. I'm going to talk about visions versus dreams. Yep. And dreams versus visions. Okay. I'm going to talk about that tonight. I brought it up with some people, and they was like, "You need to talk about that." When you sleep, sometimes you have dreams, right? But there's a big difference between dreams and visions. And I'm going to break that down so that when you do, you'll know what's going on. What up, Nettie G to Don? What's up, homeboy? You already know what it is. Salute, salute to the homie. Y'all go check out Nitty G music too. He been in the game a long time. You know what I'm saying? A legend in the game in Chicago. So I decided to talk about this to break it down. It's real interesting when you have dreams, when you have visions. So first, go in the chat. Tell me your strange dreams. If you had a strange dream, tell us in the chat just a quick what you dreamed about. If you had a strange dream, because I have strange dreams and visions. Now, dreams. My belief is dreams pop up at night while you're sleeping. And I believe that dreams could happen anytime while you sleep. Let's say you sleep in 7 hours. And I think that if I go to sleep, let's say I go to sleep at 10 o'clock at night, and I have a dream like 11 at night, you ain't going to remember that dream. You're going to wake up and say, I dreamed about something. I personally believe you remember the dreams that happen closer to when you're getting ready to wake up. Personally, that's just what I personally think. But you can't remember dreams that vividly. Dreams are always hard to remember. If you out of 10 dreams, you're lucky if you remember one. You'd be like, I dreamed about something. And that's to me the main difference between dreams and visions. You never forget a vision. Never. You never forget a vision, and you know every detail of a vision. Dreams are weird, right? So I had a dream that I was bouncing on the mattress 50 feet in the air, and there were 100 or so black cats waiting at the bottom for me to stop bouncing. Wow. That's deep, ain't it? That's deep. A dream within a dream. Yeah, that's a little wild too. Now, loveliness. I would have to talk to you in depth to determine was that a dream or was that a vision? You have all your five senses in your dreams: taste, touch, see, hear, and smell. Very interesting. Now, to me, one of the main things that I've noticed that's the difference between my visions and my dreams is my dreams are choppy. Dreams are choppy. And visions, there's no talking. Maybe a line. You might ask somebody a question. In dreams, there's talking. Now, what I notice about dreams, dreams are choppy. You get up, it's morning, you go in the store, when you come out, it's night. You know what I'm saying? Visions don't do that. Visions are like real on in real everything. Dreams are crazy. So dreams are very choppy. They don't run smoothly. It's like scenes, short, a bunch of short scenes put together. And dreams, to me, are uh, like traveling at night. It's like traveling at night. And so my personal belief is in a dream, you're because there's 9 elements to the body. Let me read some of these. I recall a few years ago, I was in a sleep like state. There was a male image standing near me, and it said, "Many are being deceived." I never forgot that dream. I could still see the image of the man. That was a vision, Sherry. That was not a dream. That was a vision. That was a vision. Because yeah, that was a vision, sweetheart. That was a vision. Yes, I saw the exact horse and woke up saying, "I don't recognize him." 6 months later, my best friend saved his life. To me, he came like a describing a vision, black background, just his body. Right. And so that was a vision. That was not a dream. That was a vision. That has meaning. Okay. Dreams have no meaning. There is 9 like elements to your body, like your soul, your spirit, like that, right? And one of those be busy. That's the dream. The dream is when one of those elements to your body. I'm got to do some research to find which one of these fools won't go to bed. But every now and then, one of them in me. I don't know which one. One thing I never tell y'all like I know everything. I tell you exactly what I think I know and what I don't know. I know there's 9 elements to your body, and one of them fools be out hanging out. And so, and this is what I really believe. So when I have a dream, one of them things in my body be going hanging out while I'm asleep. And I believe that all the other people that it be hanging out with be sleep too. I believe that. I believe when you have a dream and you out and there's people and stuff, I believe all of us in that dream is dreaming. Those things, whatever they are, be out hanging out. Now, when you have a dream, it don't be consistent like a vision. You'll be at your mother's house, and then you'll be at the store. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. One time I had a dream. I swear to God, I had a dream, and I went in the store in the daytime, and then I came out at night. But it don't show you what you did in the store. So I'm in the store, and then I'm out the store. It's not clear how long I was in there. I don't think I bought nothing. Obviously, I was in there a lot of hours. It did not express all those hours. Like, right? I didn't dream all those hours. You know what I mean? I didn't dream all those hours. I'm just in the store. I go in the store in the daytime. I come out in this night. The dreams are choppy. So the main way I believe, I always got to say that, you can tell a difference between a dream and a vision is a dream is going to be choppy and make no sense. A vision is going to run smooth like Sherry. That was a vision. It wasn't choppy. That's how you can tell a difference. A vision, you are being showed something in your subconscious while you're resting. A dream, you out hanging out. A part of your body, like your spirit or your soul, one of them, be out hanging out while your ass is asleep. As a matter of fact, I believe sleep paralysis is when that part of you was out hanging out and you try to wake up before it get back, and you can hear everybody talking and everything, but you can't get up. That's because that fool that's out there hanging out ain't came back home yet. Because that one that be in the dream is tripped out. It'd be all over the place. That part of us, I don't think it's our soul. I think it's something else that we probably haven't identified, but it be hanging out sometime. Sometimes it go to bed when you go to bed, but sometimes it don't want to go to bed. So it be out there. Mine be out there getting chased, getting in trouble. He be tripping. I ain't gonna lie. I wish dude would go to bed when I go to bed. But his ass, it definitely don't be no vision. It don't make no sense. Right? And it's always hanging out. And there's other people hanging out with it. Real talk. Every now and then I remember one when it happened right before I wake up. It don't make no sense. As a matter of fact, if he go hang out close to when I'm trying to wake up and he run around and get into some physical activity with somebody chasing him and stuff, when I wake up, my heart rate be up. With this fool out there running around, oh man, I'd be so sick of him. Oh my God. The one that, whoever that is that be doing the dream, because it's a part of me that be dreaming. And so to me, the difference between a dream and a vision is a dream, a part of you be out hanging out. I believe it'd be hanging out in like a dream world. I believe there's a dream world where everybody be dreaming, be there. Because when you have a dream, sometimes there's buildings, there's stores, there's regular stuff. Other people that's dreaming is in them buildings dreaming about stuff in them buildings. This is what I believe. Everything you see, there's another whatever that is in that whole dream. That's what I believe. I believe because I dreamed I was somewhere. I don't even know where I was with some people. I don't even know those people. Listen, I had a dream. This one of the visuals of a dream, but it was probably close to when I woke up. So I was in this house. It was in some southern state and city. And they took me in the backyard and they was growing like some little stuff. Like you know how you like have a little house, little garden. It ain't no big house. It ain't no big garden. And they showed me some stuff they was growing. And then we came up the back porch. It was I could tell it was down south somewhere. I don't know nobody. I'm hanging out with these people. I'm in their house. When we come out the backyard from looking at the garden and we walking, right? It's like we walking like this, right? And we coming out the back garden and we walking like this. And when we get like that, the wall in the house just stop. And then the people next door, that wall divided the people that I'm with the people next door. So when we got down to our kitchen, we could see their kitchen. There wasn't no wall. The wall just stopped. And I'm thinking, even in the vision, I ain't never been to no house got a half a wall or no apartment building. It had to be an apartment or a two flat. I mean, what's the townhouse? What's the two houses, two buildings together? Whatever, a duplex, right? When somebody live over here, well, it was that. But the wall was half. That in my dream, I'm like, what the hell? So the wall stopped. And then the other family was cooking and stuff and eating. Right? The other family was cooking and eating. And you could see, and I was like, a half a wall? And then the police came. Oh, because I think he had a couple of marijuana plants with his little stuff. It was a real little garden. Nothing had grown really like that. You know what I mean? So it was just a little personal, like stuff he had planted. I remember he had some, and I remember thinking, oh, the police came because you got that weed growing back there. Then I woke up. But I woke up like, who in the hell got a half a wall? Who got a half a wall? Now, there was a bunch of people next door, right? I don't know nobody in the whole dream. So, how did I manufacture all these people? I don't believe I manufactured. I believe all them people would sleep too. I believe all those people would sleep. And we was in this. I believe there's a dream world. I believe there's a whole dream world where whatever that is in us that be dreaming, go be hanging out. Because where the hell is it hanging out at? It'd be hanging out somewhere. You ever notice that? Man, always something always be chasing man. It was a duplex house, Sherry. Man, he ain't been getting chased too much lately. That might have something to do with me getting stabbed and stuff. I don't know. But I know man be getting a lot of he don't really be get he I don't even think he be doing nothing. He just be I'm like, who is these people? Like sometimes he'll go in the store. Who is all these people in the store? It be people in the store. I don't know nobody. They have to be asleep too. They have to be. My mind is not going to create that whole scene like that. And dreams don't make no sense. Now, visions is different. And I've only had about 3 or 4 visions. And visions, they're not choppy. Now, I've had a vision. I've had 3 visions that go together. So I do believe these come from the Most High. Because I've had 3 visions that go together, and I've had them over decades. You cannot make this up. So I've had these 3 visions that are from the same event. Part 1 I had in Hawaii. I was in Hawaii and I had a vision. I was back in Chicago. I was at one of these big streets like Stony Island and South Chicago, where it's like 3 big streets. And it looked like it was like a war zone. There was bricks all over the street. You know how like in those countries where they be throwing bricks, maybe in Palestine, or, you know what I'm saying? So there was bricks everywhere. And I was there and I had some black people with me. I didn't see their faces, but they was there. I had a yaba pot. If you don't know, Rasta's a yaba pot. It's this big pot that we cook in, and we put everything in the pot. And we had like some bricks. I was showing them how to make the airflow because, you know, the Rasta way of cooking, by putting a pot up on these bricks, and then you stick the sticks between the bricks and the wind, you know, it'll make a stove. And we was in Chicago, and it looked like it had been some type of riots or something, right? And there was these big water trucks. And I remember the people I was with was waiting on a water truck to pull over where they was and get them water, like outside, like, right? And I seen the water trucks. Now, these water trucks did not exist and do not exist. I've never seen them before. I've never seen these trucks before. But they were real trucks with those big old wheels, like the construction type vehicles with the big wheels that's almost as tall as a person. And there was these big armored water trucks, right? And so I was way in Hawaii. So I'm thinking, oh, the U.S. is going to collapse and it's going to be like a bunch of tragedy, right? I had that vision in the 80s. Peep gang, I had that vision in the 80s. Like 1984, 85, right? Cool. That was that. Then, like 2 years ago or last year, I can't remember, I had part 2. And part 2, once again, I was in Chicago. This is deep right here. So I was in Chicago. So I went to this building. And I said, it was a guard. This is the only thing I said. See, visions ain't no lot of talking. So I said, where is 6420? You could tell it's a vision because the guard never answered. But some kind of way, I know Okay, the guard never said nothing, but it was if the guard told me go to the 6th floor. So the guard told me to go to the 6th floor, but never said nothing. That's how you know a vision. Because I said, where's 6420? And then I went to the elevator and went to the 6th floor. But I don't remember the guard talking. It was like, I just know the vision go, where's 6420? It's like, go to the 6th floor. So when I lived at O Block, I lived in the building 6420. So in the vision, y'all, I'm thinking I'm going to apartment 6420, right? So when I get to the 6th floor and get off, I see these red bunk beds, this color red, okay? You know that metal, that shiny metal? So all the bunk beds was a shiny metal, this color red. And there was bunk beds as far as I could see down the hall. It was a long hallway. And there was bunk beds down till the end of the mug. Y'all, this vision is so deep. So, hold on. Hold on. Watch this, y'all. I forgot I could show y'all. Right? So, on everything, y'all, hold on. So you know that pink, you know that foam that they make their mattresses with? Those cheap mattresses. That's like, it's just like foam with the plastic on them, and the plastic like a crack and stuff, right? Kind of like this. They won't let me find it, but I'm gonna give you. You know those cheap mattresses, like the inside is like this, but the outside is that cheap plastic that's real thin that cracks all up, right? Not this kind of cover. It's just a hard plastic, right? I'm gonna show you how deep these visions work. And so when I'm walking, there's beds all the way down. I'm looking for bed number 6420. I'm looking for bed 6,420. Real talk, right? The kind that used to be in baby beds, yes. But they was for adults, and they was all the way down. And the bunk beds was made out of that shiny metal that was this color. And all the way down. So that means That means it's 1,000 beds on the 6th floor. And the vision was so detailed that every cracked mattress was cracked totally different. You understand what I'm telling y'all? Each mattress on both sides, when I would look, did not have the same crack. They was all like, it was really like really there. And it was clear that people sleep here. So I walked down to bed 6,420. Mine was on the top. And I remember thinking, everybody's going to be here this evening. They're going to all come from outside. So basically, this vision was showing me that they had a place in Chicago where you can only sleep. And there's 1,000 beds on every floor. Because I'm on the 6th floor, which means it's 1,000 beds on the 1st floor, 2nd floor. Every floor there's 1,000 beds, right? 1,000 beds, which means there's 500 bunk beds on my soul. And each floor is 1,000, 2,000. So I was on floor 6, and my bed was number 6,420. And when I looked down that hallway, it was beds until, you know how you look so far, it kind of get dark and you can't see. I couldn't even see the end. And I remember thinking, I'm not going to be here when all these men come in this building. And I'm thinking to myself, when I woke up, I said, I bet that went up to 10. I bet that went up to 10 floors. I bet you it was 10 floors with 1,000 beds on every floor, 10,000 people sleeping there, men. So when I woke up, that's a vision. That ain't no dream. When I woke up, I knew instantly that that vision was a part of the vision I had years ago in Hawaii, like 20 years ago in Hawaii. That was a part of that same vision. It showed me the water conditions, and then later the Most High showed me the sleeping conditions. It was a part of the same vision 20-something years later. And like I said, it didn't jerk like a dream. It went straight through like a movie, a vision. It goes straight through like a movie. You see that, and then you wake up. That's another difference. With a dream, you might have a dream and stay asleep. When you have a vision, when it's over, you wake up. That was part 2 of the vision I had in Hawaii. This is the Most High showing me in Hawaii, Pharaoh, they ain't going to have no water. Part 2, Pharaoh, they're going to have to sleep. 1,000 on every floor. I seen it. Then, less than a year ago, those watching me, I had part 3. These are visions shown to me by the Most High. These is not dreams. Because how you going to have an extension of a dream years apart? Part 1, I had that in the 80s. Part 2, I had like 2 or 3 years ago. And part 3, I had like within a year. Part 3, right? I just had part 3 not too long ago, like 9 months or something. I forgot. So part 3, I don't know which order this all gonna happen in. So part 3, y'all. We in Chicago. That's how I know it's a vision. It's always in Chicago. And it ain't nowhere I've been. So part 3, there was a parade. And if you know anything about Chicago, the streets run east and west and north and south. So we on the street running north. And the city is having some type of parade. Not a parade, some kind of a display. Because they had these new things like blimps. They had these new blimps. It was like some type of celebration for people to see these new blimps in the city. And so it was these new big old blimps, and they was all across, and they was going towards downtown. These big old blimps, and everybody was amazed to see these. No, this wasn't no racial thing. This was a city thing. This had nothing to do with black, white, or none of that. This was showcasing these new blimps. That's basically what it was, Shira. It was an event where the city was showcasing these new blimps. Right? So these blimps was going down the street. So I'm walking down the street looking at them, and it's a bunch of Americans, Chicagoans, walking down the street seeing like it was a white lady with her baby. That's how it was, all kind of people, like a World Fair. Yeah. Right? So there was all these people walking down this street, and they walking down this street, they're walking down the street over there, the street over there, the street over there, the whole city where they flying over is all walking towards downtown, every street going north, right? Real talk, all the way across. Basically, the whole city in that area, it was multicultural people too, because it was going a long way. It was almost like we finna walk all the way downtown. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm in the 30s or the 40s or something. The 50th block, 40th, 30th, about that area. So these blimps are going down, and all the American citizens with their babies and kids and people is walking, and they just loving seeing these big old flying blimps. Then the blimps start blowing up and raining fire and debris. And so the people start to scream. Before the people even could scream good, black vehicles start pulling up like big old vans. And these dudes start jumping out, these white men with black, like gangster hats, white shirt, black tie, black jackets, black pants. They start jumping out these vans and shooting everybody. It was like they used them blimps to get everybody outside. And then these this is part 3 of the same vision, I know for a fact. So these men in black, you can't make this up. They was the men in black from the movie. I swear to God. And I never seen the men in black. And they wasn't dressed like the men in black, but they was government agents. They was all dressed the same way so that you can't tell who was who. That's a fact. I know why they was dressed like. And they jumped out and they started just shooting everybody. I was walking and there was an alley right there. So I turned and ran down the alley, and then the alley went, and then there was an alley going crossway. So when I'm running down the alley, I get to the crossway, the other alley. I look to my left. They jumping out in the alley, shooting people in their backyards and stuff. I look to my right, they jumping out, they shooting people. Then I woke up. They were shooting everybody. When I say everybody, they were shooting everybody. And it wasn't based on race or nothing. If your ass was outside, they were shooting. And they was just jumping out of these vans everywhere because you could see them jumping out. When I looked to the left, I seen them jump out. I looked to the right, I seen them jump out. Then I seen them down the alley jumping out. They was jumping out everywhere. While all this debris was falling, had everybody discombobulated. That is a vision. It don't break up. It's like a small movie. Dreams choppy. Dreams are choppy. Visions are not choppy. I was there. That's why I was running. I was there. They was going to shoot me. That's why I cut to the right. I wasn't looking at me running. I was running. I'm looking at this from my eyes. All my visions, I'm there. It ain't in third party. It's in first party. Visions are very realistic. Don't do no unbelievable stuff. Everything in a vision is realistically possible. There's no jerking. There's no quick change of time. With dreams, like I said, you can go in the store in the day and come out at night. Dreams is crazy. But visions, time ain't changing like that. If you have a vision at 3 o'clock, when that vision ends, it might be 3:15. Ain't no, it started 3 and it ends night. No, not with visions. Visions is in real time. Like realistic, like real. That's how you could tell the difference between a dream and a vision. And even if it's extraterrestrial, if it's not jumping around, that's a vision. If it jumps, you hear, then you're there, and then that's a dream. But if it's smooth, that ain't no damn dream. Also, out of 100% of your dreams, you be lucky if you remember 3 dreams. You ain't gonna remember no dream. A dream, the only way you could get lucky, a matter of fact, a dream, if I have a dream and then I wake up, if I don't tell that dream right again, you'll forget a dream after you woke up. You'll remember a dream, you wake up, and if you don't repeat it, a dream will just go away. Am I lying? A dream will not stay. You might get lucky and remember a dream if you repeat it to yourself or something when you wake up. But dreams just, but visions will never go away. Never. That's another way you could tell. Visions, and you do not have a lot of visions. You have a hell of a lot of dreams. you don't have that many visions. Like I say, the first one was at 80 something. The second one was like 4 or 5 years ago. The third one was what, a year and a half ago or something? Yeah, you're not gonna have no. If anybody telling you they having a lot of visions, they lying. They lying. That's why when you look in the Bible, you say, I had a vision, meaning he don't have them often. You ain't finna have no lot of visions. Possibly, yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible. They're very possible. But then those could be stimulated just by you being having too much semen you ain't released. So if you got too much semen, it's coming out. But it's very possible that yeah, the woman could be uh, dreaming about you in some kind of way too. That's highly possible because they have sexual dreams too. Uh, no, no. Dreams aren't dreams. You don't necessarily have to have dreams like that. Dreams are nothing that you. Dreams are nothing that you. Dreams are nothing that you gotta have. You can go a long time and don't dream. Also, G Rod, you don't necessarily know if you're dreaming or not. If you dream real early in the night, when you wake up, you ain't gonna know you dream. You do know that, right? So you don't know if you're dreaming or not. And so if you go to bed at 11 o'clock and you dream at 1 in the morning, but you get up at 7, you ain't gonna remember you had no dream. Dreams don't stay, G Rock. You don't know if you're dreaming or not. The only way you're gonna know if you dream if you have a dream right before you wake up. If you have a dream right before you wake up, you know you dream. But if you having your dreams real early in the night, ain't no way when you go to sleep, all that gonna get erased because you sleep. Then you're not awake, so you can't save it in your memory banks. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be in your memory bank. Dreams will not stay in your memory bank. Sometimes you'll be like, I dreamed about something. Having deja vu, a lot of times is seeing something you dreamed that you had a vision about or you dreamed about because in a dream you be moving around. So if you go somewhere in a dream and you wake up and forget the dream, and then you wake up and you see that place, it's gonna give you deja vu. But also deja vu can also come from your DNA because you got your daddy DNA, your granddaddy DNA. So if your daddy went down that street and then you go down that street, your DNA is gonna remember it too. So deja vu could be generational, or deja vu could be that fool that be running around when you sleep, be everywhere. I'm telling you, that fool that be when you dreaming is busy as hell. The one that go around when you dream is super busy. It's busy. It's busy. It's busy. You ain't never remember how busy your dream be. See, a vision's not busy. A vision is and that's it. A dream is hectic and busy. That's another way you could tell the difference. Visions are not busy. Dreams, it's a lot of movement going on in dreams. Visions kind of be like one location. Dreams, you might be at a concert and then be at the stove and then be at the laundromat. With a dream. dream dreams is you can tell dreams ain't real. You can tell dreams that somebody out hanging out. So dreams feel like a part of you is hanging out. That's why if you wake up from a dream where you was really busy, I guarantee your blood pressure or your heart rate be up because dreams is busy and visions is visions. So you're not as active in a vision because you seeing, You're there to see stuff. A dream is a part of you just hanging out. It don't want to go to bed. It don't want to go to bed. And it go hang out with everybody else that don't want to go to bed. All them people in your dream, they don't want to go to bed either. You can tell. Because dreams, like he said, dreams don't make no damn sense. None at all. They don't mean nothing. Dreams don't mean nothing. What did it mean I went to the store and came out, it was night? Nothing. And you don't have many visions. Because you got liars out here, and when you tell your vision, they say, I had a vision too, the Me Too weirdos. They'll lie in a second to be in a conversation. So you can't trust everybody that's going to start telling you their vision all of a sudden. Yes, they absolutely see you. Everybody that you see you. Well, not everybody if they look at you. Because when you walk, you don't necessarily look at everybody. You see them moving back and forth. But yeah, y'all hanging out. Y'all hanging out. That's a fact. Everybody there is hanging asleep. Everybody you see in a dream is asleep. So you say, what about I see my grandma? That ain't a dream. That's a vision. In a dream, you very seldom see anybody you know. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like in a dream, I don't think I'll be seeing nobody I know. I don't know none of them people. I'm gonna be honest with you. Am I the only one? Y'all be knowing them people in your dream? I don't know nobody in my dream. Not in my dreams. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody that I could think of. I never seen nobody I know in my dreams. Now that I think about it, I don't be knowing nobody in my dream. I told you I was down some people's house. I don't even know where I was. I don't know none of them people. I don't know none of them. And I probably only remember it. Because it happened right before I woke up. If it would have happened early in the night, I wouldn't even remember it. Because to me, the only dreams you're going to remember is the ones happen right before you wake up. So if you wake up at 8 in the morning, you have a dream at like 7:45 or something, you might remember it. But if you had a dream at 1 in the morning and you wake up at 7 in the morning, you ain't going to remember that. You ain't going to remember it. To me, the only dreams you're going to remember is the ones right before you wake up. And if you don't say something, you're going to forget them. If you don't say something, I have dreams that I woke up and remembered the dream and went and washed up and stuff, and I forgot it that quick. They won't stay. You'll forget a dream. But a vision, you'll never, ever, never forget, and you'll remember every detail. And visions have very few details, very distinctive details. And it runs concurrently. It does not chopped up. Like I said, every of them visions I told y'all went like a movie. Wasn't no choppy. Visions be one scene and cut. Dreams be like 3-4 scenes put together. Dreams is crazy as hell. Dreams be scenes put together. That's another reason. Another way you can tell the difference between a dream and a vision. Dreams are a bunch of scenes put together. You be here, then you be there. Visions, wherever you at, the whole vision gonna be there. You're not going to another location. Now you'll leave a location and go to a location in that vision, like you'll go up in the sky or something, but not know, oh, you're going to the store, then next thing you know, you're going in the sky. It don't work like that. Visions run concurrently, like a movie scene. Ain't no chopping. Dreams are choppy. And nobody talks much in either one. You ever notice nobody talks much in your dreams or your vision? There's going to be a little bit more conversation can happen in a dream. Ain't nobody saying shit in no vision. In a vision, nobody talks. Those visions I told y'all, nobody actually talked, and you kind of know what to do, like somebody talked, but they never actually talked. So I knew we was waiting on water trucks, but nobody told me, and I didn't see none of the people. So the people I was there cooking for were standing around me, but I never looked in their face. I don't know who they was. I never seen them. I seen they was there. You know, like if you standing somewhere, so people standing around you, and you see, people standing around you, but if you don't never look, you don't, you know what I'm saying? So I never looked. And they never talked. Like I said, I went to the building and I I wanted to know where 6420 was at, but the guard never told me to go to the sixth floor. But I just knew go to the sixth floor. But no, I can't remember in the vision talking to that guard. I just remember that guard standing there and me walking up. And I remember that I wanted to know where the sixth floor was at, but I don't remember asking them where it's at. I just remember walking up wanting to know where 6420 was at, because I didn't even know it was the sixth floor. And then going into the elevator or the stairs. I don't even know if it was elevator or stairs. I just remember walking out on the sixth floor. And no conversation though. Dreams, no conversation. Not really. You ever have conversations in your dream? Now, in a vision, you might have a conversation if a relative in your DNA want to tell you something. Some relative in your family might tell you something in a vision. But other than that, it ain't no talking. Y'all ain't never noticed or nobody be talking? Who be talking in your dreams? Think about it. If you had a dream and you was talking to somebody, I bet you can't remember specifically when you talk. You just know you talk, but you don't see yourself talk and you don't hear yourself talk. You just know you asked them something. You ever notice that? You'll walk up to somebody with the intentions of knowing something, and then you'll just know. But the dream will not specifically show you asking them that and them replying. You ever notice that? Nobody talks to you. You ever notice that? Nobody talks. It seemed like you asked them something, but you can't remember in the vision. Like I said, I wanted to know where the sixth floor is at, but I can't, and I cannot bring up the vision of me walking up to that guard and saying, where is 6420? But I know I asked him where is 6420, but it's not in the vision. You see what I'm saying? I know, I wanted to know what 6420 is. I walked up to the guard, but there is no vision of me asking them that. And there's no vision of me getting up to the 6th floor. I just went in this doorway. I don't know if it was an elevator or stairs. And then I just came out on the 6th floor. You have conversations in your dreams often? That's interesting. But here go the thing. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't have conversations. What I'm saying is you don't see the conversation. You have conversation, but you're not going to see it. Think about it. You just know you had a conversation, but you will not see it in the dream. Like I had the conversation with the guard to go to the 6th floor that told me it's on the 6th, but that is not visually shown in the vision. You see what I'm saying? Because I know for sure I had a conversation because I asked them where is 6420. But that's not in the vision. What's in the vision is when I get to the floor. It's not in the vision of me asking them. It's not in the vision of me actually taking the stairs or the elevator. None of that. There's no visuals of me talking to the guard. I talk to the guard. You see what I'm trying to say, XYZ? But there's no visual record where I cannot see myself talking to them and then responding. But I did talk to them, and they told me the 6th floor. It don't show you all that. It won't show you none of that. It's like taken for granted. It's like, it won't show you that. It showed me walking up to him. Matter of fact, I don't remember if it was a male or a female. I think it might have been a female. I don't be having that. I don't be having that. That's interesting because I don't be having that. Who you be talking to? Because if you talk to somebody you have face to face, that ain't no dream. That's a vision. That's not a dream. Because you ain't going to talk to nobody in no dream. You might in a vision. If you talking to people, that ain't no dream. That's a vision. That's not a dream. If anybody talking to you, that's not a dream. That's a vision. There's messages in that. That's not a dream. XYZ. Those ain't dreams. Those are visions. It's going to be real brief, but you ain't going to see it. Listen. You're going to know it happened, but you're not going to see it. I don't think people understand what I'm saying. You're going to know it happened, but you ain't going to see it. Right? Because I walk in the building. I don't know if 6420 is an apartment or what. I asked the guard, where is 6420? The guard told me the 6th floor, but I cannot see that part. I just know it happened, but I can't see that part. The only part I can see is walking in the building and then walking out on the 6th floor. That's all I see. I don't see the conversation, but there was a conversation. But that part it didn't show me. It didn't show that part. It didn't show how I got to the 6th floor either. It didn't show that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're going to have a conversation, but I bet you don't see it. I bet you don't see it. You might see where you at, but I bet you don't see that conversation. You know that it happened. You know you had a conversation, but I bet you didn't see it. I bet you didn't see nobody talk to you. You just know it's crazy, XYZ. You just know you had a conversation, but you ain't gonna see it though. Cause I didn't know where I was going, right? I walked into a building. I don't know. I'm thinking I don't know what I'm looking for. I just got a paper say go to 6420. I'm thinking 6420 is an apartment. So I walk up to the guard and I say, where is 6420? Now I don't see that part. The only part I see is walking in and seeing the guard. And I know I asked him that. And I know I got on the elevator or the stairs to get up there, but all that part you don't see. It jumps from me walking in there. Now I know where I'm going, and I walk out on the 6th floor. All from the time I walk in there, it's the only thing I see is me walking in there and me walking out to the 6th floor. That's all I see. But I know the other stuff happened. But I didn't see none of that. I didn't see none of the conversation. That don't exist. There's no recorded vision footage of that part. You ain't gonna have no recorded vision footage of talking. You might see your mother and she might say something, but you ain't gonna see the part where she says something. I bet you that. You're gonna see her and you're gonna know what she said, but I bet you ain't gonna see her saying it. I bet you that. You ain't gonna see her when she said it. You just gonna know she said it. It's crazy. You're gonna know she said it, but you was not gonna see her saying that. You're not gonna see no lips moving and nobody talking. Not that I know of. And a vision and a dream, a lot of stuff is just taken for granted that, okay. I had to ask them where it was at, but they didn't show me that part. That's why I can't see the guard. If they would show me that, I would see the guard. It's not going to show me the guard. It's specifics like that, because that's not what the vision is about. The vision is about the awareness of showing me what's going to happen. The vision is not for the details of anything that has nothing to do with the message from the vision. So when you get in a vision, it's about the message of the vision. The details is irrelevant. You're not getting unnecessary details. You're not that only we do that. Only we talk a whole bunch of unnecessary details. But when you get a vision from the Most High, all you getting is the point of the vision. You're not getting all that unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting all that part. You ain't getting nothing unnecessary. I'm telling you. If it's a vision, you ain't getting nothing unnecessary. If it's a dream, it's all about traveling. Dreams is always about going somewhere. Dreams are never about messages or nothing. Dreams is always about you went here, you went to the beach, you went over there, you went over there. Dreams. I ain't never had a dream about nothing but running around. Dreams seem like somebody don't want to go to bed. I'm gonna keep it real. Dreams is like a part of me. I don't know what name that part. I didn't went to sleep. This fool going hanging out. That's how dreams feel to me. It feel like I went to sleep, and I don't know if that's my soul or my conscience or whatever you name it. One of them, because I think we got 9 of them. I don't know all their names, but one of them want to go hang out. That's what dreams feel like. It felt like I go to bed, and like my conscience get up and say, "Well, I ain't going to bed. I'm finna go hang out with some other consciences." That's what it feel like. Because you wake up like, dude, sit your head down. And he be getting in mad trouble. That's another thing. Like, your dream or whoever that is be tripping. Unless it's just me. So whatever it is, your conscience or whatever, in your dream, it don't be over whooping, it don't be doing too much. Am I the only one? Whoever that is in my dream be doing too much. I don't know about y'all, but man be doing too much. Dude need to sit down. Sometimes I still be tired when he come back in the morning. I'm like, dude, he don't hang out all the time, but when he hang out, he be doing too much. I ain't lying. And you know how the world is. It'd be like the real world. So he always it's always some mess popping off because it's how the real world is. And sometimes, like, I don't rest well when that fool be out hanging out. When he chill and go to bed too, I have a good night's sleep. But when that fool get out there, I don't have no good night's sleep. It's a bunch of them. It's a bunch of them. They all could leave you. They all could leave you, but they don't. But that's the only one be going doing shit. The other ones don't do stuff like that. They have other purposes. I'm talking about that fool that won't go to sleep when we going to sleep. That one right there. That one. Lord have mercy. Whatever that one is, because they all leave the body and stuff like your shadow. Your shadow's on the wall. It ain't in you. So they all extraterrestrial, what you would say. All 9 of them. I think it's 9. Right? I think it's 9 of them. You know what I'm saying? I was looking. So I think it's 9 of them. I think it's in Egypt it's the cat, the ka, the ba, the IB, the Shayet, the Ren, the Ak, the Sahu, and the Sikkim. Right? See, the Shuyet is the shadow. See what I'm saying? So one of these won't go to bed. One of these bad boys won't go to bed. I don't know who, but one of them will not go to bed. One of them will not go to bed. I don't know which one of them. That's why I didn't want to get into that part. But one of these bad boys won't go to bed, I'm telling you, and be out there getting into stuff. Now, I don't know which one of them it is, so I didn't want to teach y'all something. I will never teach nothing I can't 100% verify, but I can verify for sure one of them is the culprit. I can tell you that. We got a word we call them. I don't know what we call them, but I call him. He need to sit his goofy ass down. Yeah, one of them. I don't know which one, and I don't never teach nothing until I figure it out. Certain things I have to figure out. They done gave them so many different names and stuff like that. I don't know which one is which. But dude that be running around when we sleep, whatever his name is. Or the female. Because it be you. So if you're a female, she be a female. If you're a dude, he be a dude. But he will not go sit down nowhere. That's all I know. He won't sit his ass down. That is the one in the dream is the busybody. Another thing is uh, a dream, you go and have a dream. A vision comes to you. That's another difference. A dream goes. A dream goes. So when you dream it, you go. A part of you go out into the world. A vision, you don't go nowhere. A vision comes to you in your head. When you have a vision, you don't feel like you've been traveling at all. When you have a dream, you feel like you've been running around. That's another big difference. You don't go nowhere in a vision. It come to you. Your heart rate don't go up or nothing. With dreams, your heart rate go up, down, all type of stuff. You might be having sex, you might be doing anything in a dream. But in a vision, that's why you could tell that be on the godly side. Because it comes to you. You don't go nowhere. You don't travel in a vision. If you unalive somebody, they will haunt you for the rest of your life. If you hurt somebody, they will haunt you for the rest of your life. If you hurt somebody for no reason, do some kind of physical damage to somebody, it's a part of them gonna come see you constantly. One of them nine things I showed you, it's gonna come holler at you for sure, for the rest of your life. And bad things gonna constantly happen to you. Not only that, if you harm somebody, when you harm people, they can have children and stuff. So if you harm somebody, your children gonna be cursed too. Yep. If you take a life or you physically harm somebody, your children gonna be cursed. Your bad stuff gonna happen to your children constantly. Your sons gonna stay in prison, stay in jail, stay in trouble. They gonna get hurt. They gonna get unalive. They gonna be hurting people. People gonna be getting unalive. It's a curse on the family because when you hurt somebody, you hurting their family. If I go out here and hurt a dude, I done heard his mother's upset, his father's upset, all his uncles and aunties, his whole family upset, his kids upset, his wife gonna be upset. Then his children got to deal with what happened to daddy. The grandchildren got to deal with it. So then all my relatives got to deal with it. You reap what you sow. You hurt a family of people, then your family got to, yeah. Well, I said if you hurt them, I didn't say nothing about self-defense. Self-defense is self-defense. I didn't say self-defense. I said when you hurt somebody. I didn't say when you're defending yourself. I'm talking about unrighteous behavior. Self-defense is natural. An animal's gonna defend themselves. A gorilla they're gonna, that ain't got no bad karma on it because self-defense is natural. But when you're going to harm somebody, even if you got a reason, if the reason ain't self-defense, you don't have a legitimate reason. I can't go unalive no man because he slept with my wife. If he raped my wife, yeah, but if he slept with my wife slept with him too. He didn't sleep with my wife. They slept together. So at that point, the bitch belonged to the streets. Like, what is you doing? You ain't no player. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna hurt somebody because your woman belonged to the streets? I'm just saying. I can understand your heart is broke, but you the only one have a heart. She didn't have no heart for you. So you got one sided heart. You know? It's so good loving somebody. What? When somebody love you back, and that's a fact. And you ain't know when you don't have that love back, you tripping. It's the love is only good when somebody love you back. If they don't love you back, shit, that's it. You tripping. Y'all ain't in love. You just love them. You supposed to be in love. You ain't supposed to just love them. So you got to kick them to the curb. And a lot of times when that happens to you, you got to kick them to the curb, and you got to be single for a while because you might not be ready for a new relationship, and a new person shouldn't have to deal with your trauma. You know, because you got to save the trauma for your mama. Oh man, shout out to Sean G. Oh man, shout out to Sean G. You know what I'm saying? I'll be watching these brothers. I'll be enjoying them. Boy, they tripped out. The black man is something else. He's a real character. Shout out to all the brothers out there. I'll be watching y'all. I'll be supporting y'all. I ain't no hater. I don't be in y'all comments hating. I just be waiting. I don't be doing that. Hey, y'all brothers stop. Y'all brothers out there that hated me, I just I just unblocked y'all. When y'all gonna be some soldiers and be like, okay, bro, unblock me. Let me be a soldier. Let me be a king. You know what I'm saying? And not be a one toothy goofy, you know? Because a goofy you end up with one toothy. I'm just saying. So that's a big difference between dreams and visions. Dreams, what the hell? Dreams, from my point of view, dreams is a part of you that be hanging out with a bunch of other people's parts that be hanging out. They be all hanging out. They might be from anywhere in the world. They might be from Africa, Asia. You don't know who them people is you be hanging out with. You ever notice that? You might know a couple of them, but the only way I believe these people could be in my dream, they got to be asleep too. Cause how is my dream, uh, 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 what I want to call it? How's my cosmic dream part of me hanging out? Hanging out with who? It got to be some other cosmic dream parts hanging out. I call it my cosmic dream person. If my cosmic dream person hang around these people, then it got to be other cosmic dream people hanging out. I wouldn't say that. That's not my definition, but that's your definition. But all my visions, I was asleep. I ain't never had no visions while I'm awake. I have my visions while I was asleep. When I'm awake, I don't have visions. I be in real time. So I don't agree with that right there. I can't teach that. Let me get rid of that. I don't like people teach on top of me. Y'all know I don't like that. I ain't gonna let you leave here with nobody else's information. I don't want to be responsible. Ain't that I think I know everything. I just don't want to be responsible for no information I can't stamp. You know what I'm saying? For people to say, well, dang man, why you don't let when it's about me teaching something that I'm trying to get to the people, I'm not gonna I don't want to stamp certain stuff and be responsible for you leaving with information that I can't stamp. Now, if they say some information I could stamp, I'm gonna leave it. But if I can't stamp it, then I got to vamp it. Oh man. I always, that's one thing I got a problem. I can't go around people because when you say stuff, I just start saying it. That's one thing about me. If I like something you saying and do it, I'm gonna do it for. That's black culture. I'm gonna do it for until I get tired. You know what I'm saying? So I've been watching. I've been watching Dude too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been watching Bro too much. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching Stan G too much. You know what I'm saying? Stan G, I gotta stop watching you so much. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop watching Stan G so much. Oh man. Yeah, but anything somebody say over here, they gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna take it. Yeah, I've been watching. Go support my man Memphis Stan G. You know what I'm saying? Go check him out. Very interested. He coming up in the YouTube game. A Heart of the South. Go check him out. Especially you young brothers. Y'all go check out Stan G. Get you some game. You know what I'm saying? He be dropping some game though. I ain't gonna lie. Go check bro out. On my soul. Go check him out. He be dropping some game. For real. Very good for young people to watch him. You know what I mean? So you got some questions. Ask me some questions about visions and dreams. Now I understand this is all theoretically. And so I like to always make a difference between what I think and what I know. So this video is what I think. I can't say this absolutely 100%. You know what I mean? This is just my version of what I think. If you got another version of what you think, go live. Boom. Drop your information on your channel. You know what I'm saying? If you got knowledge and you ain't kicking it on your own, then your knowledge ain't valuable because you ain't no soldier. You ain't standing up, kicking it on your own. And so you not gonna get no respect for no knowledge that you ain't willing to stand up and kick it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a general in another man's army. You understand? You either got to join the army, and you join the army, you're gonna go by the rules and regulations of that army, or you got to start an army. It is what it is. Now, all my conversations is for mature audiences only. I just wanted to bring my concept to you all, and I'm very clear when it's something I think, and I don't push it like it's something I know. because I'm not really where I would be in this conversation. And that's how I get a lot of knowledge because I don't be satisfied. And so when it on another level, let me teach y'all something. When you dealing with different subject matters, there's something inside of you like a regulator. And as you get the information, it go up. And then here is when it go ding, 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 and you know what you're talking about. Some brothers know they feeling right here, but still be talking like they right here. I don't do that. So with this conversation, I'm not here, nowhere close. Because first I would have to find out what are all these different elements within us. And I haven't really looked into that and researched that part, right? Because I don't really have the time to research one element of life because I'm a businessman. So I got to do a lot of research on business. I don't got a lot of time to research mysticism and history and all that. Because if you're a black man in this world, you don't have no availability to business conversations. That's a whole nother conversation. So we got to step our game up when it comes to business. So when I'm offline, I'm trying to take care of business. I ain't trying to read no Bible, no Apocrypha, and all that. I'm trying to find out business conversations. I'm trying to find merchandise. I'm trying to find where I could do some wholesaling. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do some retail and stuff like that. I don't got time to be no magical mystical like that much, but I do got some knowledge on that. But when it comes to the different elements, I ain't really looked into it. I'm not really interested in looking into it because a lot of knowledge ain't no good because it ain't nobody to pass it on to anyway. So when you learning all this extra knowledge in your lifetime, but it ain't nobody to pass it to, it ain't going to develop into nothing. You gotta ask yourself how far you want to dig into that. You want to spend your whole life like digging into that? What that your children going? You gonna be able to leave that as an inheritance or something? So I haven't really looked into that, but I know for a fact though, I know the difference between visions and dreams because I have dreams and visions, and they clearly different. Now, whether somebody is sensitive enough or knowledgeable enough to even look into that, I doubt it. That's another reason I be shooting down people because they don't be looking into that shit like that. They only be speaking on it when I bring it up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't be respecting a lot of stuff. Because you can't be dormant and not think about nothing. And then I start talking about now all of a sudden you an expert, knowing damn well you would have never brought this up in a million years. I don't be respecting that. No fly by night, fly by night, after I know. If you know why you ain't drop it then, why you wait till I drop it, now yeah, I know that too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't with the Me Too movement. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to knowledge and stuff, that's constantly a piggyback situation. I could talk about that too, where you got knowledge, you bring up something. Now everybody's expert. Like I could go somewhere and I could be sitting around some brothers, right? They're gonna be like, the Knicks did this, the Knicks that, on their own accord. All their conversations gonna be nothing. I try to step the game up. I start talking about stuff like this. Now all of these busters, right? That ain't gonna talk about that ain't thinking about that never bring that up. Now they become my competition. So I'm like, well, if you live like that in military, my military gonna shoot first. you ain't gonna get a chance to shoot back. So I'm trying to look at how you living. So if you military minded, you gonna wait till I strike first? What make you think you're gonna be able to strike back? Like, don't be trying to strike second. Go ahead, if you got knowledge, put it out there. But don't be trying to have knowledge at my expense because I got knowledge. I don't respect that. I don't respect you got knowledge at my expense on top of my knowledge. I respect if you got knowledge on your own, but I don't respect you getting smart after I'm smart. I don't respect that shit. I never have. Because to me, you looking for fame, you looking for attention, and I'm just dropping information. And you not really dropping information from your heart. Because if you got information in your heart, why the fuck you ain't dropped it already? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my song, everything I love. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to drop that on y'all because I was talking to some people about it because they had like a dream. And I was like, that ain't no dream, that's a vision. So we started talking about it. I'm like, that's not a dream. That's not a dream. If you seen your grandmother, that's not a dream. You're not gonna see your grandmama in no dream. In a dream, you ain't gonna really see nobody you know. In a dream, when you start seeing people you know and stuff like that, that's a vision. That's different. And like I told y'all, you can always tell a vision because a vision gonna be consistent, and a dream gonna be choppy. You're gonna go to the drive-in. Then when you look up, you're gonna be at home having dinner. And then somebody gonna run in the house, and then somebody chasing you. So a dream is like chop, 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 chop. So a dream is more like there's a part of you outside hanging out. So always look at a dream as outside of the body. And always look at a vision as something coming to you. A vision is something coming to you with a vision. A dream is part of you going out, hanging out. You'll never have a vision of going to the store. That'll be a dream. You'll never have a vision just doing regular stuff in a vision. Never. A vision will always be some type of regular, non-important hanging out. A vision will be one scene too. It ain't gonna be no 2 or 3 scenes. It's gonna be one location, one scene. It will not change scenes. That's another thing. Everything you see will be in that scene. A dream got scenes. Scene 1, scene 2, like that. A vision's not gonna do no locations. And a vision, I don't know, that ain't the conversation. I don't want to go over that. In other words, change my conversation. That's what you want me to do? Are you aware you asked me to change my conversation? What this title say? Do you see I ran in this title? I'm going to stop doing that. I do it sometimes, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop changing conversations because I usually go take them out anyway. I'm going to stop doing that. Because when people click on it, they want to see what I'm talking about. And them coming in, I'm talking about something different. I'm going to stop. This all good. But I will address that. I don't think nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nothing about it, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I can't verify that. I don't know. One thing is about me, with no disrespect, I don't believe what Babylon be saying. I make my own stuff. And so when I look at a lot of, that's why I say I got to do my own research because when I look at a lot of their definitions and shit, I don't agree. I don't believe they necessarily smarter than me. So I don't believe the so-called experts that be posting definitions. I don't really honor them like that. I just don't. Because over the years of my life, I see they flawed. They don't know shit. Because if they know so much, why everything messed up? You know what I'm saying? They all, when you go search definitions, they know every goddamn thing. But look at the world. You know what I'm saying? So how they know something? And that's a whole nother subject I could talk about, where they got this identity as experts. And then they stamp the experts. And then when you talk, they want to compare you to these self-appointed experts. You know what I'm saying? And then I get in a lot of trouble because that's what I be with the experts. Because they ain't no more expert than me. But they just got the platform to post themselves as the expert. So they got Google, so they can go on Google and say they the expert. And I don't got Google, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't really honor them like that. Because if I listen to them, I would be drinking milk, I would be eating meat for strong bones and all of that. If I listen to the expert, I'd be eating like y'all, eating trash like y'all. I'm just saying. I'd be on pharmaceuticals. That's the experts. Experts make the pharmaceuticals you own. Unless I'm tripping. Them is the experts. Unless I'm tripping. So I don't really deal with the experts. I deal with Big Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal with the experts. I don't give a damn what they say. Their information be 100 billion% incorrect. When I went to the doctor, I went to an expert. It was a doctor. He had all the degrees. I went to get a checkup. You know what I'm saying? And this was the expert. This the medical expert. I had to take a picture of the medical expert. This the person that know everything that will go help me with my health. I just said, this the expert. This the medical expert. This is him. Hey, Asiatic. This is him. This was the expert. When I went to the doctor, when he came in, I wanted to stand up, take his stethoscope, and sit his fat ass down and analyze his situation and give him a diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? This is the person I'm supposed to listen to when this is the doctor. The nurse was black. She wanted me to knock her back out. I could have helped her. I could have got the perm out her hair. Baby girl. You putting chemicals on your hair. Right? She was a chemical head. You know what I'm saying? I could have queened her up. And then the Oompa Loompa expert came. This was the expert. This. That's why I don't deal with them. I don't deal with them. I don't deal with them. They say I'm supposed to cut my hair like a little B word. I'm supposed to, they're going to tell you what to eat. But when you search doctors' health, how many doctors pass away, it's all vague. They won't tell you the life expectancy of the doctors. They play with the numbers. They put some numbers up recently that ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Because look at their president. The expert's president is Trump. Trump is a representative of the intellectual Americans. That their leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, this is the head of the country. This is the number one dude, is Donald Trump. I'm just saying. So I don't be long time, we had to learn not to listen to the Babylon system. Because the Babylon system, it reminds me, and I'm finna go after this. When I first went plant based, I was, telling my mother, Mom, you should drink lettuce juice and celery juice, you know what I'm saying? And she blew it off. So, like maybe 2 or 3 years later, she told me, go downstairs and get that watermelon out the refrigerator because I had came over to visit. So I went down there and got the watermelon. I seen this big old jug of this juice. So I come upstairs. I say, Mom, what's in that jug down there? And she go, oh, Lord. I said, what? I didn't understand why she said that. She said, oh, Lord. So I don't understand why she don't want to tell me. She kept saying, oh, my God. Right? So I said, what? She said, my skin had broke out. I was breaking out with all these bumps and stuff. They said it was my nerves. And my doctor told me to drink lettuce and celery juice. And I was pissed because I was like, wait a minute, Mom. I told you that, right? Why? But you ain't listening to your son. But the white man or whatever man this is, the doctor tell you to do what I've been told you to do. And now you listen out. And I said, see, she said, she apologized. I said, Mom, one thing you got to remember. Stop. Y'all older black people got to stop saying y'all sending us to school, right? Stop saying y'all sending us to school to get more knowledge and not accepting that we got more knowledge. When y'all going to accept that some of us really went and got that knowledge? You can't come from Alabama, send your son to school out in the world, and your son come back and say, hey, we need to lay off the pork. We need to lay off the beef. We need to cut off this salt. We need to get sea salt. Come start dropping knowledge on you. Now you don't want to listen. But the whole premise was, I thought you was making me be better than you. I thought that was the concept, that you came from the South and you sent your kids to be better than you. So I'm better than you. And I want my kids to be better than me. But now you want to be the grandparents and stuff, and you want my kids to be dumb just like you. And you don't want my kids to be better than me because you fighting for a way of life, and I'm not dealing with your way of life. So you want to push your way of life, even though it's detrimental on the kids, so you have somebody on your side. You want somebody to come to Christmas. You want to keep your traditions of the devil that you uptake. You want everybody to eat like you. You don't want the family to eat better because you want them to come to Thanksgiving and eat that shit you eat. So you become an enemy and you become somebody that don't increase the knowledge of the family. You're a slave and you teaching a slave mentality to the next generation. And some of y'all over here is slaves, still passing down a slave mentality. You ain't stepped your game up none. You still a cotton picking fool. With all due disrespect. You ain't changed none. You might as well still be picking cotton. You still eat like it's 1960. You still function like it's 1960. You still trying to look like Europeans. You trying to do what Arabs tell you to do. Talking about you a Muslim. You don't got no black pride. You follow whites. You follow Arabs. You don't got no type of black identity. You putting the same scissors to your hair that they put on your hair on the slave block to make your ass be presentable to be sold. And you still cutting off your natural hair, talking about you love Allah Allah ain't made no goddamn scissors or no clippers. Allah made you with nappy ass hair. You understand? Allah made you with nappy ass hair. Allah made the razors and the combs. God, Jehovah made razors and combs and shit. God made that stuff. And then when this stuff fall, you ain't gonna have no hair to protect you from the cold or nothing. Imagine a bear going to the barbershop or a lion going to get a trim. How they can survive in nature without what God gave them. Imagine a seal want to put a fur coat on. How it's gonna swim. Everything was given what it needs to survive just like it is. Now they got you altering what the Most High gave you. So where you got blue eyes, the black woman, you got blonde hair, the black man, he stay looking like a Greek and a Roman at the barbershop. You can look up when the Hebrew Israelites start following the Romans and the Philistines and start cutting their hair off. They was following the Philistine. Samson fell in love with a Philistine woman. They cut his locks off. He lost all his strength. And they locked him up and they blinded him because he couldn't see anyway. He was running behind that Philistine woman and lost his natural hair and his strength and his eyesight. Now you don't want to read the whole thing. It said Christ had hair like wool. Now use a bald head, bomber clot. But talking about you love Allah or something. Like what God cut their hair? I had a dude come over here and tell me I should shave. He said I should shave. He said you should cut that off. He don't even know what he's saying. He don't know. He don't even know he's a Babylonian. He's a bum-clad Babylonian, and you following Babylon straight to hell. Because Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. It was foolish to build it on the sand. This all gonna collapse. What y'all worship? It's gonna fall. You really think this gonna stand? This over with. You following Lucifer. Hello. Nothing godly. At nothing under Allah. No. This ain't got nothing to do with no damn Allah. The whole concept of Allah stuff was born in wickedness and forcing people for religion and unalive people. Well, ain't nothing ever been righteous about Islam. Islam been satanic from the very beginning. What kind of God want to unalive people if they don't follow that type of God? That's been trash from the very beginning. Been trash. That ain't standing on nothing. And it ain't even no such thing as Allah. It was Allah is a female. It's Allah. A-L-L-A-T is a female. Allah is Allah. That's God's wife. Allah is God's wife. Allat. A-L-L-A-T. That's who that is. The 5-point star is a female. The 6-point star is a male. Muslims ain't got no knowledge. They slow. Then they want to unalive you if you don't agree with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't agree with them, they want to unalive you. They trying to gangster everybody. You know what I'm saying? The 5-point star is a female. That's why they ain't got no penis. What? What? The woman is a 5-point star. Arm, leg, arm, head. Where the penis at? I'm just saying. Where the penis at? Make it make some sense. Where the penis? Where the penis? I think that's a good question. Now, when y'all black people gonna stop following all this foolishness and unify? Throw all them religions in the garbage. You know what I'm saying? It ain't doing nothing for you. All it's doing is causing division. You already divided from the Europeans. So why you need division within division? Make it make some sense and say you got some knowledge. Make it make some sense. Show me some knowledge. At the end of the day, what has these religions done for black people? Like real talk. What has this stuff done for us? And when you have visions, don't none of that stuff be in the visions. None of it. None of that stuff be in our visions or nothing like that. Our visions don't ever be religious like that. You know, that stuff is foolishness. You know what I'm saying? The black man need to get himself together and get some leadership within his community. That's, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to let this go. That's enough of that. But that's what I'm standing on. That's what I look at. You know, the black man got every type of belief, but don't even make a goddamn TV. But you know what I'm saying? And that ain't. Come on, man. He don't make a TV. He don't make nothing. But he got all these weirdo belief systems. You know what I'm saying? They'll debate me all day long, but they won't get with me and build nothing or do nothing. You know, it's getting irritating. And I'm gonna keep it real. You won't get together and do nothing. When you gonna get together and do something? I'm gonna let this go, but let me tell y'all something. It's only one thing you could do. You better go back to nature. You better go back to natural. You better go back. Let me tell you something. They're gonna tell you, you're gonna find out that without your hair, you ain't gonna be able to fight diseases, all that. You're gonna find out putting all that stuff on your nails, that poison going into your skin. You're gonna find out putting all that makeup on your face, that poison going into your skin. And you're gonna find out that the way you was made naturally was perfect. And your alterations is not. The barbershop is an alteration of the natural man. If Allah wanted you to be a bald head bumbleclot, Allah would have made you like that. So Allah, what? Allah stupid? Allah put hair on your head is stupid? He's stupid? So the creator's stupid. You could do a better job than the creator. I'm just saying. Your creator made your skin too dark. You could lighten it, right? Right? If you go to Africa, look at the Africans, you can tell they conquered. Because what Africa was cutting their hair before the European came. Who taught the African to alter himself like that? Who taught the African to alter himself so that he don't look like the other African? Show me how all these different African looks are going to bring any unity with the black people. Only way black people gonna have unity is look the way they was made, and show me where you could do a better job than the Most High that made you a certain type of way. Who told you you could do a better job? I'm just asking for a friend. Who told you in the world where there's stuff that's not living, like oranges and apples and pineapples to eat? Who told you got to go unalive something to live? Who told you that? Who told you got to go and unalive animals to live? And now it's billions of y'all. Now they got to grow billions and billions and billions of goats, billions and billions and billions of pigs, and they can't do it. So now you eating wonder meat because you got to wonder if it's meat. Because you know damn well they can't provide enough pork and beef and chicken for your goofy, stupid ass. Especially all you smart ass niggas. All you Hebrew Israelites, you Muslims, all y'all fucking losers. Show me where Yahweh and Allah can make this much meat that you telling our people to eat in the name of your lion, in the name of God. No damn well you don't represent no God. Because ain't no God gonna make no chicken for you to eat the motherfucker. There's only certain predators on this planet that designed to keep the population in order. You are not a predator. Your teeth is flat. Are you smart? You know, nations of gods and earths and all of this, and y'all dumb as a goddamn rock. Every last one of y'all religions is trash. Y'all need to throw that shit in the garbage. All your teachers is trash. None of your teachers is original man or deal with the original way we live on the planet. All your shit is trash. All your ideologies is based on division. Everything you teach is based on division. Nothing that you teach is really based on original man and woman or nature. Everything's unnatural. Everything. So I'm just showing y'all why I ain't trying to listen to shit you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to listen to nothing. Go teach somebody else. Go find a little boy and teach him this big pharaoh. I'm not listening to you under no circumstances. Because you ain't that. You ain't that. You ain't that. So it insults me when I see somebody on a low standard try to teach me something and they ain't learned everything they saw. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm going to keep it real. If you all don't wake up and change your ways, you going down with the ship. Because the ship is going down. If y'all don't change y'all ways, you're going down with the ship. You ain't going to be able to survive. Look, you do not have teeth to eat no lamb and no beef and no pork and all that. So how you got some higher knowledge and you don't even know about human teeth? But you so tied to Yahweh and you know everything about God, but you don't know that Allah God made your ass with teeth to eat fruits and vegetables. You a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? You think Allah gave you meat eating teeth. And you think Yahweh and Jesus and them help you get meat eating teeth. You don't even understand teeth. How you gonna talk to me? You don't even understand what teeth you got to show you what you're supposed to eat. You know what I'm saying? How you got any knowledge? How Farrakhan got any knowledge when he never teach people that they got the type of teeth to eat a certain type of way? How you got knowledge? Well, he ain't no Elijah Muhammad. He might be Muhammad Elijah. He might got it backwards, but he ain't dude. He bootleg. With all due disrespect, he not that. They don't even teach you the basics on the anatomy of the body. They didn't teach you the basics of the value of the hair around your face and stuff. They make you think you got a beard for nothing. God's stupid. God's stupid and you just got a beard. You just got a mustache. You just got hair on your head for nothing, right? For nothing. It's just there. It's just there. You can cut it off. Well, if that's the case, you would have been made like a turtle. A turtle don't got to cut no hair off. Why you not made like a turtle? There's animals that ain't got hair. Why you got hair and they don't? And how you love God, but you don't live like how God made you. Make it make some sense. Listen, man, this big Pharaoh. Hey, get yourself together. You feel me? On my soul. Victory.
unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Benga, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.
Your locks out like Shaq, I box out. Any snakes in the can trying to pop out. Don't drop out or cop out, get a drop now. Locks blowing in the wind with the top down. I'm fly, dude, you can't do what I do. Frosty and flashy with the heart of a sado. Living God true with hair like wool. Past the Charlie Tool and cool and make me get a pull.
Naya Benga, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Benga, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.
Yeah, Thug House Rasta, where my Rasta at? Where the dogs at? It's rough out on the streets of the shop. You better watch your back, boy, you're bound to die. Spitting out the sky, it gon' fall in on your eye. Black people, you can make it if you try. You caught slipping, then you're gon' get killed. Tell you these niggas in the shy is ill. They don't call it ill, stay here for nothing. These niggas out here don't be huffing and bluffing. Naya Benga mean death to oppressor. I got a Tech 9 and the Glock on the dresser. It's funny to me, cause I oppress oppressor. If you's a weak card, boy, me I'll test ya. What you know about the Thug House Rasta? I'm not a slave, cause I'm about to be the master. Folk corner hustler, nigga, you's a buster. Come get this shit, cause I know you as a customer.
Naya Benga, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Benga, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.